Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. What you're looking at here, it's a QLED 4K 55-inch. Quantum dots, obviously. The quantum dots are little tiny crystals that when you beam a very bright light or shine a very bright light onto these quantum dots, they will bring out a more wider color spectrum. Okay, that's basically how that works. So let's talk about the 8K. Because a lot of people been asking me about the 8K televisions. I'm like, I am aware of them. I know they're out there, and I know they're super expensive. The one that's currently being talked about, it's the Samsung QLED 8K that's available, and it's 83-inch, which to me personally, I think 83-inch it's where you want to be as far as a resolution, because we're talking 33 million pixels. This is 8K, but this is downscaled from 8K, downscaled to 4K. It's an 8K channel. If you guys want the link, I can put up a link down below. It has HDR, obviously, and then of course it really looks kind of stupid when you take something that's 8K and you downscale it to 4K. I mean, it looks sharp, but remember, guys, the idea of the 8K it's to be seen on a big canvas. Okay, you want to watch this on a big canvas. A lot of people, they make mistake. They think, oh, if I have a 8K 65-inch, I'm still gonna have that sharper detail. Well, here's the thing. Having all of those 33 million pixels being cramped up into a 65-inch, yes, it's gonna bring a sharper image. Okay, but the point is you're not seeing the detail the way it was meant to be seen with 33 million pixels. Okay, right now I'm not seeing the detail that was meant for me to be seen with a 33 million pixels. Okay, if this content here that I'm watching right now, if this was being played on a 83-inch or 88-inch 8K television, then guess what? The detail would be much more redefined. All right, so remember, the pixels bring the detail, but the pixels, they need more canvas, they need more space in order for them to give you that detail. All right, and personally, look, I think right now, this year in 2019, I don't think you really need 8K television. First of all, there's not that many 8K content available. Sure, there's demos like this that were shot with 8K cameras. Okay, but this is what you're gonna watch, just repeating the same old demos. All right, you could run 8K resolution on your PC, but you're gonna need a really beefy PC to achieve that. The 4K movies, yes, they're gonna be upscaled to 8K, but how good is that gonna look? I don't know. So I really think that right now at this moment, you really don't need to be cashing out $7,000 or $8,000 for 8K television. I think we're still we're not there yet with the 8K. And people who talk about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlet, mark my words, PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Scarlet, they will not render. They will not render in native 8K. That it's not going to happen, guys. Okay, they will not render in native 8K. What they're gonna do is they're gonna checkerboard it or some type of dynamic resolution to scale to fit that 33 million pixels. But don't dream about having Gran Turismo 7 running in native 8K. Don't dream about The Last of Us running in native 8K. That's not gonna happen, guys. The only possibility that you might see, it's probably some sports games like the FIFA 21 running in native 8K on PlayStation 5 or Scarlet, or Madden running in native 8K, or NBA 2K running in native 8K. Like those sports games, those three sports games, it's probably what you most likely gonna see in native 8K. Okay, so do you need to buy an 8K television this year? Look, here's the deal, in my opinion. If money's not an issue, if money is not a problem, and you got a bunch of cash laying around, sure, why not? Get the 83-inch QLED 8K television with all that peak brightness. It's going to look pretty good, with all that resolution and pixels and quantum dots and higher peak brightness and local dimming. Sure, it's going to look great. Okay? If money is not an issue. But just remember, you're not really going to be taking the full advantage of what the TV can achieve. Remember, native source is what counts. Upscaling, guys, checkerboarding, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as you having a native source. All right, like this video game, it's in its native source 4K. I'm sorry, 8K. This is 8K demo. They're running on a very high-end PC. Okay, it's possible. Listen, native 8K, it's possible on a PC, but you're gonna need like a really ridiculously, I don't know, like a 4 SLI 2080 Ti's or something like that, with some ridiculous horsepower to handle that at 60 FPS. All right. But for the consoles, that's a different story, guys. If the consoles can do something like this in native 8K, then that console is not going to be 500 or 600. That console is going to be like 900 or $1,000. Okay, we have to be just, we have to be reasonable here. Okay, so should you or should you not get the 8K television? Remember, they're expensive, and don't go for the 65-inch. If you're gonna go with the 65-inch, what's the point? And I'm being sincere with you. What's the point of you cashing out $4,000, even if you can get it for $4,500? What's the point of you cashing out $4,500 on something that you are not going to benefit 33 million pixels? All right. So what is the point of you doing that if you are not going to benefit? All right. So I'm just trying to understand the logic there. Now, if you can get for $5,500 or $6,000, if you can get yourself an 88-inch or 83-inch 8K television and money's not an issue, then go for it. Okay. But remember, there's not that much of 8K content for you to truly utilize that television. So what I want to say here in closing is 8K televisions, yes, they are going to give you a beautiful detail, especially if you go for the 83, 88-inch television. If you have that big of a living room, okay, there's no question you are going to benefit from a really beautiful picture. I'm not trying to say that you're not, because you got 33 million pixels. Upscaling whatever source you have, it's going to upscale that source to 33 million pixels. All right. But I also want you to understand, to truly appreciate the benefit of those 33 million pixels, 8K resolution, you gotta have a native source. Okay. Now, if you're watching this demo on your 88 or 83-inch television, then you're gonna appreciate the 8K of this graphical demo here that they're showing. I think they're using NVIDIA here. They're using RTX 2080 Ti's. I think 3 or 4 of them in ASLI to achieve this. An i9 processor and 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM. So it's like a very beefy demo test. This is a concept. This is like something that was done by a certain independent company, I think in Denmark or Sweden, somewhere out there, and they were just doing, you know, this is Unreal. This is Unreal Engine. Okay, what they're using here, it's Unreal Engine 4, and you know, well, there you have it. It shows you just what Unreal Engine 4 is capable of doing. Still, you know, it's not just Decima. Unreal Engine 4, it's still out there. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, you know, if money's not an issue, go for it. But remember, 65-inch ain't gonna do it. 65-inch is ideal for 4K, for 8.3 million pixels. But if you truly want to appreciate, what 8K can do, you have to go with at least 75 to 83. But most preferable, it's 83. I mean, 83-inch, it's definitely, you're going to see the detail. You're going to notice that detail with 83-inch. Okay, now 88-inch is just, that's perfect. Okay, that's like, okay, that's where you need to be. All right, so there you have it. I hope this video clarifies how I feel about the 8K. Should you buy it this year or should you wait? So I hope this clarifies that. All right, this is in Bulgaria. It's shot in 8K, but it's being downscaled to 4K, obviously. All right, well, there you have it, guys. And this is QLED. Listen, QLED looks great. I just want to say a couple of more things before I end this video. QLED, it's a great TV. I never said the QLED is a bad TV. If QLED was a bad TV, do you think I would have it? Do you think I would still watch it? But you have to remember, you can't get that contrast ratio and the viewing angle that the OLED can bring you. All right, that it's something people need to understand. All right, well, there you have it. That's my 2 cents on the whole 8K television that's coming. You know, it's that monster coming down the hill. So I get it. 8K, it's coming, and in a few years, by 2024, don't be surprised if the 8K becomes affordable. Meaning, many of you will be able to buy 8K through TCL, Vizio, and other manufacturers. The prices will drop down, I'm pretty sure. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon, pretty soon.